Hello again, it's Jess or JashiiCorrin, and welcome back for day 3 of my 1 month in my bullet journal or Plan As You Go series. Hello again, it's Jess or JashiiCorrin, and welcome back to day 4 of my 1 month in my bullet journal series, where I show you how I use my bullet journal for the entire of November 2018. Because the 4th is a Sunday, it means that today I'm going to be doing my end of week review and also setting up for the week coming. So let's get into it. So for yesterday's intentions, I did get to check off my buddy's comments. However, I didn't get around to photographing my pages for Instagram. I did rule up my Sunday page. We did go shopping, and I managed to get shoes and a bottle. I also got some cotton. The rest of the things on this list I didn't get around to doing, so I'm going to be transferring those to today. With my other tasks transferred over, I'm now going to go and fill in the rest of this list. Before writing out my top 3 intentions or success criteria for today, I'm going to go back and write down the successes and challenges for yesterday. So for yesterday's successes, we have that I actually drank a litre of water. If you pay particular attention to any of my habit trackers from the past however long, or if you know me personally, you'll know that drinking water is not something I do well. Yesterday, as part of my shopping experience, I bought a new water bottle, and this has actually kept me a lot more motivated, at least for one day, to drink water. So I'm really hoping that this will keep me a lot more hydrated. I also tried a new recipe for dinner, and of course I got my report buddy's comments checked. In terms of challenges, I spent a lot of yesterday morning kind of just faffing around, or not really doing anything productive. I also neglected a few of my social media commitments. I know I don't necessarily have to post, but I do like to post daily on Instagram, and I didn't get a chance to do that yesterday. And in the evening I ate a lot later than I really should have. With these things in mind, I'm now going to write up my intentions for today. So in terms of today's top 3 intentions, I'd like to drink another litre of water, which I've already gotten started on. I want to put the pizza loaf recipe from last night into our recipe OneNote. And I want to make sure that I get my budget for October all filled in and up to date. Because it's currently 8:30 in the morning, I'm not going to write successes and challenges that I've experienced today. But I'm going to hold off to do those until the end of the day and probably put them in tomorrow's video. In terms of the rando doodle for today, the prompt is lavender. Now as I have my little doodle done, I'm going to go and fill in my top of the week section. So this is where I fill in the best things from the week in several different categories. So for my top TV show for the week, we have Lucifer, and I've recently finished season 2 and I'm on to season 3. I didn't actually read any books this week, so I'm not going to fill that one in. For the top movie of the week, the only one I actually watched was It, which was part of the Halloween potluck I went to. In terms of a favourite meal, it was my fish and chip outing with the science department on Friday, because it was really just nice to go and get some food and go and sit out in the park. For song, it's Skibbity by Little Big, which is a ridiculous song, but I find it really catchy. Best thing that I did to promote self-care was buying my water bottle. And then the most productive thing I did this week was report writing. What I'm going to do now is rule up the borders of this next week box. I'm going to leave this space open so that I can possibly go in and do some journaling later tonight. And then I'm going to get set up for next week. I'm going to be continuing the Dutch door layout for next week. So I'll have the first part of my weekly, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday will go here. So I'm going to be changing up the design of my back page. I like to keep these larger cutoffs so that I can use them to cover mistakes in the future. These smaller ones, however, they'll just go straight into the bin. To decorate these tabs, I'm just going to be using this mint coloured washi tape. To round off these sharp edges, I like to go in with this corner punch by Creative Memories. To do these top ones, it's a little bit more difficult because the tabs stick out, so I kind of have to bend them in not so great ways to get this one to work. Now as I've got my Dutch doors cut out, I'm going to go in and rule up the rest of my pages. Having had to think about it now, what I think I'm going to do is put Saturday and Sunday both on this last Dutch door here, so that I can still have my regular top of the week section and journaling section on this page. I'm first going to go in and sketch in pencil where I want each of the elements to go, because otherwise I know I'm going to rule a line in the wrong place. So for this weekend page, I have my intentions, successes, challenges, and doodle for both days of the weekend, and then one shared title at the top of the page. I'm going to finish rolling up this page, and then I'm going to go in with my Tombos to add some colour. Now as I've got all that colour added in, I'm going to go in with my Pitt Artist pen to add in all of the black writing. Now all I need to do is add in my title and then maybe a little bit of decoration down here like I did last week. So now as my layout for next week is all set up, I'm going to go back to my monthly pages and see what I can fill in there. So I should probably colour this in as a social event. And then for yesterday's habits, I did finish my work before 7. I did do something self-care related. Made good choices for my meals. I was productive. And I got a good amount of water intake. So far today, the only thing I've done is wake up at a reasonable hour. Moving on to my steps and mood tracker. And we're not going to have the same repeat as yesterday. I will remember to turn my camera on after I check how many steps I did. And the amount for that was 4449. And in terms of yesterday's mood, I get to use all my pastel colours. Of course, because it's still the morning here, I'm not going to fill in my steps and mood tracker for today. As I mentioned before, yesterday I didn't really get a chance to post anything onto my Instagram, but I can go fill in what I posted to YouTube. For my meal log, I can go fill in my lunch, dinner and snack from yesterday. For my word of the day, because it's still so early in the day, I'm not going to fill this one in just yet. Just before we wrap things up, one last thing I'd like to comment on is that today is actually my bullet journal anniversary. So in 2016, on the 4th of November, I got my first bullet journal, which was this LT 1917 here. So for the entire of the 4th, I was just going through and setting up this monthly log and this habit tracker. It did literally take me the full day because I was putting so much pressure on myself to make sure that everything was perfect. I actually spent so much time on this that when it got to actually writing out a checklist for the day, I didn't even have enough time for that. So my daily checklists on this actually start on the 5th. As this was in 2016, it means it's been 2 years that I've been in my bullet journal. What I'd like to know is how long have you guys been bullet journaling? For pretty much most of my teenage and adult life, I have been making checklists. However, I'd still say that I started bullet journaling on the 4th of November 2016. Thank you for watching. If you liked today's video, please do make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you again tomorrow for day number 5. Until next time, bye!